What's going on, guys? Vibe here, and welcome to the second player review of the day. The second one today is going to be Gerard Pique. We already reviewed Nicholas Sule earlier. So, guys, if you haven't watched that, make sure you go watch that and go give it a like. Today, EA decided to drop the Showdown cards, the first of FIFA 22. And what we got is Pique and Sule. And, yeah, Sule was quite good. I quite enjoyed him. So, Pique is an interesting one for a few reasons. Obviously, coming in at about 150k. Is for both the SBCs. As we look at Pique, he's got 80 pace, 78 dribbling, 64 shooting, 75 passing, 89 defending, and 87 physical. He has high medium work rates with a 3-star weak foot, and he is 6'4". Sule is obviously medium 6'5", and obviously Pique is right-footed. Now, what Pique has that Sule doesn't is really good passing, mixed with okay shooting stats, which is quite interesting for a centre back. As we look deeper into the stats, though, he has a really good pace split coming at 81-80. Good vision, good short pass and long pass. Good agility and balance for a big man. Good reactions, good ball control, and okay dribbling with great composure. He has insane interceptions, good heading accuracy, good defensive awareness, and good stand tackle. We don't need to worry about the slide tackle. In terms of the physicals, he's got good jumping, good stamina, good strength, and very good aggression. In terms of his traits, he doesn't have any traits that bother us. Obviously, once again, Pique is okay for links, not as good as Sule, in my opinion. But what you're getting with this card is kind of multi-purpose, right? Obviously, you can play him as a centre-back, or you can play him as a CDM or a centre-mid. Now, straight off the bat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an engine on him. The reason for that is I want to get his passing up, and I want to get his dribbling up. And we also get a bit of pace there as well. And as you can see, with the engine, he's getting +5 to his vision, which takes it up to 81. He's getting +5 on the short pass and +5 on the long pass, taking both up to 90. He's getting 79 agility, 85 balance, +10 on the dribbling, which is the low part of his dribbling stat. Obviously, we're not touching the defending or physical, which I think is already really good. Is a fair bit better than Sule's, I think, across the board. And yeah, what I'm going to actually do, guys, is the first half, I'm going to play him at centre-back, and we'll stick with you for the first half. But in the second half, what we're going to do is I'm going to move him into CDM, and I'm going to try him at CDM, as I think he is going to be better as a CDM than a centre-back. And obviously, it's a great opportunity to use a big man at centre-half or at CDM with good agility and balance. I'm really excited to use him. As I said, his links aren't as good as Sule's. So this is the team we're going to be using him in here. And yeah, I'm really excited to try him out, to be honest. I've got a feeling he's going to be really good. Obviously, we're comparing him to Sule here. And Sule was really good in game. But this is a completely different dimension of player, really. This guy's a lot better at going forward and kind of passing and progressing the play. So I'm really interested to see what he's like as a CDM more than a centre-back, to be honest. But yeah, let's get into the gameplay and see how we get on with Gerard Pique. Alright, boys, into the game we go with Pique. Let's see how we get on. We've got good ping here. What I'm going to do, as I said in the previous part, is I'm going to play the first half with him as a centre-back, which you're going to see all of the gameplay of, well, for the most part. And when we get into the second half, I'm going to play him at CDM in a full 1-2-1-2 narrow. And see how we got on with him there. So I do think he's going to be really good as a CDM. He's going to be like a... similar to like Vieira. I know that's going to sound ridiculous, but I've got a feeling he's going to play similar to Vieira in some regard. Yeah, first half at centre back to make sure we know we're getting something good at centre half here. I'm expecting him to feel really nice on the ball, which is something you don't often get with centre backs, right? And that is a great thing, you know, having somebody that is able to be good on the ball as a centre back. Yeah, man, I like that stuff. And Ronaldo's already scored. There you go. That's an assist from Pique. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy leaves after that, to be honest. And yeah, that kind of ability to be able to play the ball out from the back with your centre-back is something that I think is so underrated on FIFA. Just the ability, you know, like Marquinhos. Marquinhos is really good on the ball. Has really good agility and balance. And it's just able to kind of like dictate the game from the back, which is really awesome. And I just hope he's not, you know, got the bad tackling. You know, like Sule had really sticky tackling, which is something what is this guy doing? What a strange individual. But yeah, PK is going to be able to do that, and you know that it's going to always hit the target. Just because, you know, he's just very, very good at bringing the ball out. And yeah, whilst Barcelona aren't having the best time right now, he's probably unlikely to get the upgrade, unfortunately. But yeah, you've still got a great player here, you know. Even if they don't get the upgrade. That's why I've done them both, other than the fact to review them both for you guys. If you do enjoy the review content, make sure you leave a like on the video. And you're subscribed to the channel, as we do the reviews every single time they come out, you know. As quick as we can as well. PK's in the box here, so let's try and aim for him. See how good he is in the air. He's actually won that. Oh my god. Wow. I guess he's good in the air as well. Jesus. Sorry if you just had my phone vibrate, by the way. My phone's blown up right now. But yeah, he's felt good so far. He doesn't feel too slow. Similar to Sule, he takes like the long strides, as you can see there. And yeah, he doesn't seem to have poor tackling, which I was really, really, really worried about. You know, because the great thing about Sule was the ability to sticky tackle, which is something that you don't get on a lot of cards on this game, unfortunately. It's really, really disappointing to not be able to, you know, there's a big issue on this game right now where a lot of your centre-backs won't sticky tackle. Kimpembe is a big saboteur for that kind of stuff. He doesn't really keep the ball when he tackles it. And that's why I really like Sule, because he kind of did, you know. I mean, he had the body type as well to kind of, you know, keep it to him once he tackled, which is really nice. But with PK, he seems to just be kind of getting through the game. No errors from him. Great passing. Man, I love having that on a centre-back, guys. I think it's seriously undervalued on FIFA. Yeah, what I'm going to do now, actually, I'm just going to do it now. I'm going to play him at CDM now. Just to see if he's able to play there. Because I think he's going to be better as a CDM than centre-back. But, you know, maybe he isn't, you know. So, it's a great opportunity to try him at centre-back. But yeah. Sorry, I just had to check my phone there. Obviously, the high-medium work rates as well could be a bit of an issue, maybe. But I haven't really felt that yet. His dribbling does feel quite good, you know. Oh my god. Go on, PK, pal. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that's incredible. So he has really good strength, which is awesome to have on a centre-back. That kind of like upper body strength, along with his height, is, oh my word, is nice to see, you know. And with his okay pace as well, I think he's going to be really good at CDM. Obviously, you shouldn't be doing that with him. And that was very silly from me. And he scored off of it, which is really, really poor from me. But, you know, I was just trying to drive out with him. It just didn't really work. He doesn't have 3-star skills anymore, does he? Which is kind of a bummer, because that would help him be better at CDM, you know. But I think he is built to play CDM. Just looking at his card. If somehow Barcelona do beat Bayern Munich and he gets upgraded, oh man, that would be ridiculous. I don't see it happening personally, but yeah, I've really enjoyed him so far. He's been very involved, you know, and his heading seemed good when I got the opportunity to get it on his head. His passing has been second to none, like not a single error on his passing. Until then, of course. Yeah, his dribbling passes are really, really nice. Dribbling feels okay as well. You're able to do a little bit of dribbling with him. Not too much. You've got to be a bit careful. But because of his strength, he's able to hold off most people, which is a really nice thing to see, you know. And he's actually been involved in both the goals, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, there you go. There's the thing I was talking about with the sticky tackling. You know, it stuck to him when he tackled there. Which you just don't get with players like Kimpembe. And I really do like that they've made him usable now. I don't know if you guys remember the screen card he had a few years ago. That was awful from me, by the way. The Scream card he had a few years ago, everybody loved that card. I've got a feeling this card is going to be very similar in that regard. You know, being able to... I know a lot of people played that Scream card at CDM, and a lot of people played him at centre-back like myself. And he was cheap as chips, and everybody loved him. So, fingers crossed we've got that same kind of player now. Yeah, as I said, he's felt really good so far. His passing is a bit sus, though, even with the engine. And yeah, he's actually been the problem for both of the goals, but it's kind of my fault at the same time. You know, I'm trying to get a feel for his passing range as a CDM, and so far I'm not too impressed with his through balls or anything like that, which I thought were going to be okay, but he doesn't have the best vision, right? So it's kind of poor from me to expect this from him. Wow, I thought he was going to win that. But yeah, he's quite good in the air. His passing range as a CDM has not been what I wanted so far. His passing as a centre-back was quite good. I didn't mind him at centre-back at all. But in terms of at CDM, his passing has kind of let me down, if you want me to be honest with you. But yeah, overall, I'm impressed. His driven passes are quite good. I think both of the issues I had when I conceded both the goals were I was trying out his through balls. So basically, what I would say so far is don't through ball with him and you'll be alright. But I have not been impressed that much with him at CDM, personally, which is kind of surprising. I guess we're going to stay here for a bit longer, guys, and we're just going to keep talking about him, you know, because I feel like this is the best way to get the most raw review. And yeah, there you go. His tackling hasn't been an issue. He's quite quick at turning, and he's very, very good at tackling, for sure. I think you'd be more, you know, I think it'd be easier for you to play like Alaba at CDM instead of PK. I don't know why that is exactly, but I mean, I guess it's probably because Alaba's passing generally is a lot better, and he has a 3-star weak foot. Oh, sorry, a 4-star weak foot, doesn't he? Which makes him kind of nice there. So if you do have Alaba in your team, you could always put him at CDM and then just drop PK into centre-back, which is always a nice thing as well. His driven ground passes are really good. Genuinely, I haven't had any issues with them so far. But yeah, it seems when you try and do through balls with him, that's where he goes wrong. But look at that. That's insane passing from PK. We should score here, unless I bottle it, which it looks like I have. Maybe I haven't. Oh, unlucky. This guy I'm playing here isn't bad, by the way, which is interesting. He does feel kind of slow when he's running, like for a long period of time, I'm not going to lie. So maybe you're going to have to be careful of that when you're defending, if you do play him as a centre-back, which I think is the better position for him. I haven't really enjoyed him at CDM. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm actually going to move him back into centre-back and see how we get on with him at centre-back. Nice pass from PK there. Oh, here we go. Foot race time for PK. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'll be honest, I've not been the most impressed so far. I mean, that guy just wanted to play very toxic, unfortunately, but we managed to come through. PK got an assist in that game. Obviously, the first game I played, he just left at 0-0, so I didn't bother showing you any of that. His weak foot is okay. His high medium work rates, I don't really feel that, so don't stress about that if that's putting you off him. 6'4", I think makes him relatively slow, which is very, very strange because it didn't make Sule feel slow, being 6'5". His acceleration and sprint speed, he feels slow, man. He feels slow. I don't know what it is. He just feels really leggy, you know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but his jockeying was nice. Obviously, with that agility and balance, he's going to feel really nice on the jockeying. I could feel that in game, for sure. His jockeying was really, really good. Strength and aggression was nice as well. His body type in game is nice. General defensively, he's really, really good. Passing was just immaculate, though. That was the biggest thing I have to say about this card. His passing is really, 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 really good, guys.
Make sure you have a look at his passing, and you know, maybe you don't want to put the engine on him. I actually regret putting the engine on him now, so I'm going to stick a shadow on him. I recommend you guys stick a shadow on him as well. He wasn't good at CDM. He just doesn't have the passing ability in terms of like the incisive through balls or anything to play there. But you know, with his long legs, he is an asset in CDM. You have to go very sideways and backwards with his passing, unless you see a driven option through the middle of the park. His driven passes are really nice, and that's why I think he's okay. As a centre-back, you don't really get the opportunity to have a player like this, with great passing, good agility and balance. At this height, it's kind of unheard of. He's not my favourite player. He's unlikely to get the upgrade. Obviously, if Bayern Munich draw with Barcelona, it'll be a +1. If Barcelona win, it'll be a +2 to this card. You're probably going to be looking at, I don't know, like 83 pace, 81 dribbling, 92 defending, 90 physical, something like that. But I just don't think they'll win. I also just don't think this card is as good as Sule, unfortunately. I gave Sule an 8 out of 10. I really, really liked him. I'm going to give this card a 6 out of 10. He's not as good as Sule, definitely. He's still okay. He's definitely one of the top centre-backs on the game, probably top 10, top 15. I just didn't like him as much as I thought I was going to. I was really excited to use him. I thought he'd be my kind of centre-back. I didn't really get on with him, guys. Make sure you put a shadow on him. Don't go with the engine. It just doesn't work. Make sure you get an engine on him. Oh, sorry, a shadow, sorry. No engine. No brainer on that, I'm afraid. But guys, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like on it and you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It's going to be it from me for now, so take